Alright, what's going on everyone? A crying stripper by Boucher here, and doing a YouTube video, a little bit of a tutorial on how to play the Bourgogne. I know I've featured the Bourgogne a couple times on my YouTube channel, on my stream. This is actually kind of I think a smart recommendation I had the other night when I rated Mr. Aerospace News. Shout out to Aerospace. If you guys are not already following Aero, give him a follow. He's a hell of a streamer, great guy, great guy. But he recommended, doesn't see a lot of people play the Bourgogne really at a high level, and I think that's kind of a shame because definitely can utilize it at a high level. The other thing that we'll get into is I think a lot of people see the Bourgogne and they see the caliber of the guns and they just spam HE. I'm not one of those players, and I do pretty okay in it. Let's look at my stats overall here in the Bourgogne if I can find it. So, quick little summary. I have played a lot of Bourgogne games. I just like it. It's a fun boat to play. So, a little bit lackluster for my win rate overall, but we're still, almost 1,400 battles played at a 58% win rate. Almost 2.4k base experience per game, averaging over 133k at the 2.4 KDR. So yeah, do okay in it. Again, the win rate is a little bit under what my normal win rate is, but whatever. That is what it is. So how to get the Bourgogne? Bourgogne is going to be a steel ship, and in my opinion, if you have steel that's coming up, or you have any of those fun coupons from the anniversary, Bourgogne is always going to be a steel ship I think everyone should get. As long, and you can really make it sing if you keep a couple things in mind. Here you go, it's in the steel inventory for 31,000 steel. Definitely worth that steel, in my opinion. Things to keep in mind to make your Bourgogne sing. It's really all about the speed. The Bourgogne quick boat goes up to 33 knots, but what it does get is it gets a hell of a speed boost, and there's some other captain perks that I'm going to show you that might make it even quicker. So first of all, going over equipment, how do I run my Bourgogne? Actually, you know what? I'm going to go over the captain first, because then that might explain some of my equipment a little bit better. So I do have the specialized cap down here. I recommend him for the Bourgogne. A couple of reasons why. This rampart thing, if you get a dev strike, that is going to be decreasing your reload time by 5%. That's huge, especially the Bourgogne does get a reload booster. So huge. If you have that reload booster with the dev strike going, you can basically get off 3 salvos of 380 caliber guns downrange with that reload booster. That's huge. So really nice if you get a dev strike. Really levels up your Bourgogne play quite a bit. Elemental Fury is also on there. I use HE sparingly in the Bourgogne. If I see something that's just giga chatting bow on and I'm a little bit too close, maybe I'll use it. So that will increase that as well. But this one's going to be huge. So one of the things that the Bourgogne can do pretty effectively, and with my build here, I'll show you, you get opportunities to do that more, is kite. And if you are unsure what kiting is, that's kind of strategically placing your armor and running in a manner where you're just not yoling into a disadvantage, meaning there are more ships compared to you shooting at you. But if you tank 2 million potential damage, it increases your ship's speed by 8%. It's huge for getting away when you need to kite if you are doing that. So then captain skills, some of these are going to be kind of standard for battleship play, but pretty nice. I do have gun feeder on here just in case there is something. Say I hit my reload boost, I'm shooting at something that's bow on, and then I see a cruiser that is broadside to me. I'll use the gun feeder. It's really nice for that. Other perk here is consumable specialist. This is going to decrease the consumable preparation time by 7%. And when you're in those cutting positions, huge. You'll get your speed boost back quicker. It'll also decrease the time that you have in between your reload boost, which is really, really nice for getting a lot of damage uh, pretty quickly. Bourgogne, like most battleships, but in particular with this one, I bring Grease the Gears on here again for that situation that I just mentioned. If I'm shooting at one thing, and then I say I have my reload boost, and I want to then shoot on a broadside cruiser, I can get around my turrets that much quicker to get those broadsides on different targets while my reload boost is engaged. Um, I also have Brisk on here, so this is nice. So when your ship is undetected, you're going to increase your speed by 10%. As I mentioned, the Bourgogne's already a fast boat. Concealment's okay at, I think, 13.2. So yeah, hold on. I believe I can check that right here. At 13.2. So with that Brisk enabled, you really, when it's coming into like battleship engagements and stuff like that, you the Bourgogne's not a brawling boat. You want to take advantage of its speed. You want to look for opportunities to make flanks and set up a pincer on your own particular flank. I'll get into some of the strategy behind that in a little bit here as well. So this is huge. You're going to be able to get into sometimes with the Bourgogne's speed boost as well as Brisk enabled positions where most people would think a battleship just isn't going to be. Or if you see one side is light on battleships and you want to be a team player and you want to reposition over, definitely comes in handy for that. As always, Adrenaline Rush should just be on there. And then kind of your battleshipy type stuff here. So Concealment Expert, Fire Prevention Expert. It is still a battleship, right? So you should be bringing this. And then Emergency Repair Specialist. This is going to give you an extra heal. It's just huge. Definitely want that on the Bourgogne. So those are my particular captain perks that I bring on the Bourgogne. Again, everyone's different, but I found that this works fairly well for me, in particular with this particular captain. As for equipment that I bring, here we go. Main Armaments Mod 1. Again, standard for a battleship. A little bit not standard for a battleship is going to be the Engine Boost Modification 1. That is going to make your engine boost 30% longer. It's awesome. If you have the coal to spend on that, utilize your coal and put that on the Bourgogne. It, again, is one of those perks that brings the Bourgogne, from A tier to S tier, in my opinion. Aiming System Modification 1. I mean, definitely want to be utilizing the Bourgogne's guns at engagements that aren't like 24 km, but I kind of sweet spot is going to be like 17 to 19, honestly, where you're going to be able to kind of utilize what armor does have, where you're not going to eat huge chunk damage, or you can at least mitigate it and turn out and stuff like that. But this is going to make your dispersion a lot better for those particular engagements. And then pretty standard here, Damage Control System Modification 2, standard stuff for a battleship, and then Concealment Mod 1. And then I'm also bringing Main Matter Modification 3. Again, utilizing that with the Bourgogne's reload boost. Huge stuff there. So stuff to consider with the Bourgogne here. The guns. So, when we talk about the guns, a lot of people go, it's only got 380s. Okay, it's only got 380s. But if you're utilizing it in the way that I feel the Bourgogne is made to be played, it shouldn't be a real issue. Why is that? So utilizing the Bourgogne's speed and attributes like that, you always want to, in World of Warships, if you're new to the game, controlling flanks is huge. But then in the Bourgogne, on top of that, you can utilize its speed to position on a flank and set up a pincer. What I mean by pincer, that's saying the vast majority of your boats are going this way. If you kind of veer this way, the ships that are your enemy ships are going to be focusing these guys and angling their armor that way. If you get around here, you're going to have broadsides then. So you create a pincer movement with the Bourgogne. It works very, very effectively. So therefore, those 380s, as long as you're aiming properly, you're going to have solid chunk damage. Again, you can still utilize the HE if you're in a situation where you're late game and something's just bow on and you're chasing something down. I wouldn't say that the Bourgogne's necessarily like a brawling boat. again, it does have that ace in its hole if you have a reload boost, late game. I think one of the downfalls that they just had recently was if I were to brawl in a Bourgogne, one of the things that I used to like to do would be to aim at my enemy's turrets and try to, uh, take out their turrets. Now, unfortunately, you can't, permanently take out turrets. Um, I don't necessarily agree with that. I understand that for destroyer players, having their uh, torpedo tubes knocked out. I don't think that's a good move by Wargaming for battleship brawling. It definitely hinders this boat a little bit for brawling, and that's why you kind of don't play the Bourgogne in that manner unless you 100% feel confident that it's a situation you can win. So that being said, let's go ahead. I'm just going to click in a few games here and see if we can get some wins here and show you guys some Bourgogne gameplay. And now we play the Vietnam game. Luckily we got in right away. That was nice. Thank you. Alright, let's see if I remember how to vote here. So always at the beginning of the game you want to be looking at what you're facing. And with this patch, it's been very, very DD heavy. So we got a Schultz, an Adriatico, a Groningen, an Aki, and a Submarino. Things over here to keep in mind: Seattle Jinan Deepwaters, and stuff like that. Battleships I'm playing against: Ohio Sibir, Schlieffen, and Incomp. Incomp's guns are going to hurt me a lot if he plays that right. Schlieffen, we'll see what happens. So I'm over here on this flank. Unfortunately, I'm very, very wide. So initially I'm going to, and of course the subs spawns on our side, so we're going to get it be against the sub as well. I'm going to push up here a little bit, probably right around here-ish. I'm going to be trying to look for an opportunity to honestly kite out initially, because otherwise I'm just going to be eating damage here. So let's see what happens. This could go really poorly, it might not. I'm not a fan of this spawn per se, especially I've got a Vermont here. He's going to be a little bit slower getting into battle, which means I'm going to be kind of on an island by myself here for a little bit. So initially a little bit passive, but I will probably use my speed to try to kite out. Don't know what our salmon's doing. I would like there to be spots here. That's not going to be ideal for me. I might, if they both don't, okay, they're not doing anything here, so I'm actually going to turn in. I'm going to speed boost out through here as well. I'm going to use that early. I don't want to get caught. I don't like how this feels.
Enemy force detected.
There's the Schultz.
Enemy battleship sighted.
There's the Incomp. Gonna reload boost while the Incomp's lit. Schultz turned out. Shooting the Incomp. That's gonna be a fight I'm actually not gonna be too pumped to take, because I'm not gonna be able to really spot him. As you can see, the AP, that was just my front turrets. AP kind of put in work there. Our Yuguma's already in a bad way. And I just dispersed the Incomp. Our Yuguma's dead. Brilliant. I'm feeling it's out of here. I'm going to tell our CV to move or help A. Because he's not really wanting to help Alpha so much. So he's going to be out of here in a moment. As you can see with the speed boost and burst going, if I'm not turning, this is going to get well over 40 knots here. I really don't want to leave this flank. My Vermont is just going at a quarter speed. So that's not cool. Take some shots there on the Aki. And we're down 2 DDs already. Brilliant. Alright, this is definitely not looking good at all. Not looking good, and they've Even with our DDs that we have here, they've already pushed into Charlie. Oh, weekend World of Warships, you so silly. And of course, it's the sub in there. Cool. We love that for us. This incomp is just going to have a field day on my bow here, unfortunately. I think we get the sub. That's helpful.
Enemy submarine sunk.
Problem is now I'm not going to.
Awaiting instructions.
I gotta help with the Schultz here. Gotta dodge these Peds. And of course I disperse. I'm getting RNG'd like crazy right now. Not a fan of that. Really like to go dark here if I could. That incomp's too juicy right now. And there's more Peds. Where are these coming from? Oh, that was incomp Peds. Nice little chunk on the incomp. I'm actually not gonna burn my real. My Des Moines already almost dead. That's not cool. This guy gonna stop? He is.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Des Moines just absolutely getting wrecked here by the incomp. And something over here too, Seattle. This game's already feeling like it's lost. Not too happy about that. And we got Severe right up in there. Whack Mr. Satan's Whack-A-Mole. I'm gonna need to work over that Severe in a second. I don't know how I feel about being the only one capping here in a battleship. Alright, Vermont got Satan's Whack-A-Mole, so I can pick up this cap then. Pending I stay on this side of the island so the Schultz doesn't find me. And then I'm going to have to start working over the Sibir here in the middle. The Schultz on the flank is going to be a problem. So as you see with the Captain perk 2 that already lit off, if I choose to shoot HE at the Sibir, that will increase my fire chances here. It's also an Aki that's going to be literally right here. That's awesome. I love that for me. Let's roll Mr. Sibir. $21K'd him. Says the AP doesn't work on this thing. Citadel for another 20K, and he's gone. See if we can turn and get anything off on this incomp while he's just chilling out here. Both DDs in the mid. Our DDs over here in Narnia, I'm not sure what they're exactly doing. It's not too helpful though. With the incomp blind, really need help in the middle here. Good chunks there. Come on, secondaries. Get that man.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
There's another DD here right in my face.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
I really don't want to be doing this.
The ship is on fire.
I just got spotted by the Aki. No longer spotted.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Aki Pete's. I'm gonna try to use my speed if I can and rotate around this. Hydroed. Brown again? Imagine our Z using his Hydro and Hydro pushing this guy for me. That'd be pretty cool.
The ship is on fire.
Alright. Got that guy out of there. Getting griefed by the CV now. And there's still an Ohio and a Jin on here. Still spotted. It's not going well, boys. There's my Confederate. It's gonna be a problem. I need to go dark.
The ship is on fire.
Can't eat that fire. So I want to go dark. And then I get plane spotted. Now I'm gonna get dumpstered by impact planes. Need a heal here.
Problem solved, sir.
And there's the
The ship
incomp.
is on fire.
Yeah. So that's a bit unfortunate there. Did what I could. It's hard when like your DDs, like an entire flank just gets ripped because of bad positioning. Before taking caps, it's always important to secure flanks. You can always work back into the caps. Right away, I kind of felt bad with how our DDs and sub played my side. I don't know. It is what it is. We'll try to get one more game in here. Yeah. NA server, early day. Yeesh. Yikesenberg. Not ideal. Not a fan. Alright, again, looking at what we got. Adriatico again, a Jaeger, and a submarine. Decent amount of battleships here. Zal, Petro, and Hipper. And an Div with a Shikishima. Okay. So we've got some battleships over here. I'm going to try to help Alpha. That's the L-20, I believe, that I killed from last game. Maybe. Huh.
Action stations.
It's cute. Alright, so I'm going to try to help out this guy, this flank over here. Utilize some islands and do some stuff and some things. See how it goes.
Awaiting instructions.
And
Let's give them a
there's
hard
the fun
time.
police.
Good luck, everyone.
Ay.
Enemy force detected.
Lepanto's over there, so I'm guessing Chikushima's gonna be over here, given that he's div with the Immelman. By the way, you can clear fighters by utilizing your depth charges, if you guys didn't know this. I'm just gonna negate his fighters that he put there, because they're gonna lock onto my planes there, probably. Yeah. So, no more fighters there. If you guys didn't know that, Fun little trick to annoy CV players. Where'd my fighters go? They gone.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy battleship detected. Awaiting
I'm
instructions.
gonna speed boost here.
Engine boost activated.
Might be a little behind. I think I overloaded the Shikishima. Use the reload boost here for Mr. Petro.
The ship is on fire.
Of course, the Bismarck gets a fire on me. Love that for me. Couple hits on the Petro. Got a hipper there. I'm hard lit by the sub.
Enemy destroyer detected.
There's a Carl Johann here too. Let's see if we can do some work on the hipper. I don't like the angle though. I'm probably going to disperse all around him. I know that Petro's right there, so I'm going to kind of turn a little bit.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Torpedoes.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes
And the
to
Jaeger's
starboard.
here too. Alright. So Mr. Petro.
Battleship sighted. The ship is on fire.
Gonna try to flip my guns around. Turn out again. Good damage there. Our Kitakaze gets killed by the hipper. Cool. We've got another brilliant DD game here coming.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Sub. I think he's going that way according to his drop. See how true that is. Probably not. Need to push C. Push C. Of course, these torps go
Torpedoes
forever.
astern.
Alright, he's actually just chilling here.
Torpedoes astern. Enemy destroyer detected. Awaiting instructions. Airborne.
This is fun.
Torpedoes astern.
Love these just going for forever and ever. Remember my reload boost on the Johann? The 380s can citadel that if I get it right.
Penetration.
Some big chunks on him.
Awaiting instructions.
Origami's gonna be in a world of hurt here. The Petro hates me. He's a heal. Using my speed though, Petro overled me, or underled me rather. Yay. We're getting cursed today, guys. First time doing an actual live YouTube replay. Just absolutely getting cursed. Already at 63k and the game's like nowhere near at hand.
Engine boost deactivated.
Engine
Torpedoes
boost
to port.
deactivated. Get some resets, farm that
Torpedoes
XP.
to port.
Like to help out with the Minnesota, but this Petro's in our cap.
Enemy submarine spotted. All
Submarino.
stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Nowhere near close. The Jaeger's right there too. Continue to farm that XP, I suppose. But he just wants to live there.
Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy cruiser detected.
Already down 2 DDs. They have lost 0. Another reset. Guess we'll shoot this Bismarck. Actually, I should maybe look at the Lepanto with my next solo. If I can blind that over that island. TV's really not paying attention here. We can get another reset on this. This might not be the best aim shots, but we need the reset. And there might I get a random double citadel, Lamal. Petro is not doing well.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
And he's back to hating me.
Spotted. Enemy battleship detected.
Heal there. Alright, already at 100k. 11 base resets. I'm not sure what the holdup is over here with the Missourian and the girls against a couple of boats here. Probably gonna get slapped by the Illumin here. Thing's super low.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Alright, killed the Petro.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
It's huge. And try to push into Charlie with these battleships here. This is what I'm talking about, repositioning with this boat too. Pretty nice. Utilizing its speed, getting out of a bad situation. Can I lob over on this Zao? Maybe. Go right there. Why not? Sure. Alright, we're up on boats now, so as you can see there, kind of the kiting ability here, staying in play. Not necessarily, you know, inting into the Jaeger and the sub here, while the Petro was there with the Shiki overlooking. Hopefully that helps out. Shikishima hates me. Whatever. That'll happen. Try to help these guys with the cap. I might push towards the Shikishima now. Let's clear these fighters.
Enemy destroyer detected. Airborne.
Let's get in this cap. Try to speed this process up a little bit. Okay, they're both leaving the cap. We need the cap. And Freddy's gonna leave it.
Awaiting instructions.
Alright, good. Sweet. Kind of puts us up here. Napoli and Adatara continuing to push there. You think the Missouri and the Freddy would have the Zao? We'll see though. Oh, oh, hello. Piece of candy.
Engine boost deactivated.
Really wish I had my speed boost up now. I will eat damage to get the CV out. That is for sure.
Enemy submarine in sight. Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy severely damaged.
Oh. It'd been nice to get a Citadel there. Fukushima's gonna open on me. There you go. We wanted that out. We wanted that out. That's huge for our team. Will it pay off? Who knows? Got 178k. Fukushima's giving me way too much here.
Engine boost activated.
I unfortunately don't have a reload boost here. And he overmatches me.
Main turret critically damaged. Problem solved, sir.
Come on, game. Let me live for 38 more seconds.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Go.
Damaged.
Nice double sit there. Good. Dispersion was pretty wonk there. That's not ideal.
Ship is on fire.
Misplayed this. We misplayed this one, boys. Oh my goodness.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Woo! 285k. Still looking like it could be a loss here.
Problem solved, sir.
I don't know where the sub is either.
Airborne.
Is Bismarck looking at me? No. Can we get a 300k game live on YouTube? Close. Yeah, we can get a 300k game live on YouTube. AP only as well, by the way, guys.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
We'll take it. Fortunately, I don't have another heal. Now I kind of need to stay away from this Bismarck sub.
Airborne. Airborne.
Let's hope that's enough to kill him. My Confederate. There's another direct hit and a flood. Somehow it's not dead. There you go. And we got the sub too.
Enemy
Should be an okay game.
destroyed. Awaiting instructions.
Could be an okay game here, guys. 4 kills. I don't know that I'm going to get a chance at the Kraken. So I really don't want to die. I think we're going to need me alive here.
Engine boost deactivated.
But yeah. And 1.6 million tanked as well. Alright, solid game there, guys. And that's some fun Bourgogne gameplay. I think I showed you guys some Solid repositioning as well. Oh, he beached. He's dead then. Let me pick up the solo cap too. So yeah, 310k in 2 caps, 4 kills. Live for YouTube. Better than that last game.
Our team has taken the lead.
We might just int in here and try to get my Kraken as well. I think our Audacious is going to have him. The Bismarck beached pretty poorly. Yeah, Bismarck's probably dead to Audacious speeds, right? Here we go, here we go. Alright, there we go. Solid game. A solid game. I did kind of mess up on the Shikishima drive-by, by the way. Not gonna lie, definitely did. Misplayed that, but we still got the kill, utilize our speed. There you go, guys. There's an expert badge in the Bourgogne with 310k, 144, yada, 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 yada. 11 base defense ribbons. What we get for experience there? 2.8k base. So just a hair shy of 3k base. If I would have got my Kraken, I would have gotten that. There you go. There's some expert gameplay in the Bourgogne for you guys. Let's see where we ended up on that other team too. And we were still top on the other team from that game that we lost, but that game was pretty at hand. So there you go, everyone. There's some expert badge footage in the Bourgogne, how I played the Bourgogne, how I set up my Bourgogne. And as you saw, that was 310k in a Bourgogne game with shooting AP only. Again, I know a lot of people just spam HE in it, but I literally just did that for you guys live on YouTube. I have 0 editing skills, so that's not, picked or whatever. I just hit the battle button and went right in. So yeah, hope you guys all have a great day, and thanks for hanging out and watching some burger gameplay. Hopefully that answers any questions that you guys have, and shout out to Mr. Aerospace News for the recommendation on doing a video like this. I don't know if you guys like videos like this, let me know in chat and my Twitch or in the comments below or whatever. And I'll be on again later on live on Twitch, so stop by, say hi. Catch y'all later.